Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome to our Sunday night webinar. My name is Crystal Cobb, and I am your Program Quality Director. And tonight I am pleased to introduce you to our Public Relations Manager, Anne Doucette. Anne joined Toastmasters in September 2016 as part of Speechcraft. In January 2017, she joined the Charlottetown Toastmasters Breakfast Club, a prospective club which chartered in September of 2017. Anne is proficient in 4 pathways and as close to completing her 5th path while also working on 2 other paths. She is a club coach and a club sponsor to a French corporate club. She has served as area director, followed by division director, and she is our current public relations manager for the district. Anne works for the federal government and lives in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island with her husband, son, and her cat, Shadow. Please help me welcome Anne Doucette as she provides tips on keeping your club website current and interesting for guests. Anne Doucette.
Thank you, Crystal. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. And tonight, I hope to be able to give you a few tips and tricks about updating your club website. I am by no means an expert on updating a club website. Feel free to ask questions or to provide your comments or your tips and tricks throughout our session as well. Just to start off with, have any of you are familiar or know how to update your club's website? Whether you use FreeToast Host or Speakeasy, EasySpeak or something else, a few of you. Maybe not the most user-friendly site, but you can play around with it and add some stuff. So I have just a PowerPoint presentation that I just want to share a few images that I took from some club website in our district that have had some stuff, and then maybe we'll go through the website live and kind of look at how to update some stuff. But I just thought I'd share some things first. So like most Toastmasters, we are eager to share the benefits of Toastmasters program with our community, with our family and friends. So maintaining a quality club website is essential to ensuring that guests are able to discover your club, understand your participation, and visit one of your meetings. So think of it as your first impression, a guest's first impression. A few weeks ago, one of my clubs, there was a guest that had reached out through Facebook, and we were chatting and we invited him to the meeting. And once he came to the meeting, we asked him, we said, how did you hear about our club? Did you know about Toastmasters? Like, what brought you here? And he says, I knew about Toastmasters, but I never really checked it out. I'm moving to the city in May. He says, so I Googled Toastmasters in Moncton. And he says, a couple of clubs showed up. He says, your club's website and Facebook page were the ones that seemed to be the most updated. And so I checked it out. So I'm like, yes. I'm like, so even maybe it doesn't appear, you don't know whether people are actually seeing it. People could be, and the more that you update it, the more people will be able to find something and see that it's current. So don't ever think that you're going through a lot of stuff and nothing's happening. So some information that you could add on your website for your members and for your guests on the front page would be something like your meeting information, the days and the time that you meet. You could add some images and some videos. Also share some accomplishments and recognition for club members and for the club. So if somebody has achieved a level or a distinction in Toastmasters or even outside, share that on the page so that you show that you're sharing the joy and the celebration of what your members are achieving. You could also put, if you have a word of the day during your meeting, you could also share that, especially if it's a funny one or one that maybe not familiar. And you could post a poster about it with the definition and, say, this was our word of the day. What a fun meeting we had. You could also post about add some information about some meeting themes or some special events, some news. Make sure you put in contact information that members know how, or guests know how to reach you should they be interested in finding out more information. And make sure that you always also say that guests are always welcome. So some of the things that I'd seen, you know, you could do just a regular picture. I know some people find it hard on Zoom because it's just images in a box like we are right now. You could do that, but you can also make it fun, right? You can have everybody say hi. You could have everybody have a picture or a hat or something that they're holding, or even a background filter. Make it fun. Make it and show people that are smiling so that people know that they're having fun. One of the other things that sometimes I've been posting on social media, which you could use on here, is if somebody's doing a presentation on, let's just say, controlling your fear, and they have a PowerPoint presentation, you could put a picture of that front page and along with the picture of the speaker, and you could post that. So you could share some information that people are presenting. Or even if, I remember years ago when we met in person, we had a Toastmaster talk to us about photography, explain to us about photography and the different aspects of camera and taking pictures and the lens and whatnot. So that was fun. So you can always post about something fun like that. This is one of the clubs that I belong to. This is a poster that we've been using Canva to create posters. We have a special event. And so we put in that we meet Monday evenings on Zoom, contact us. We have a link to our Facebook page so people can click on that. And then we post in we have a poster for every meeting. So because we have an educational every meeting and we have a guest once a month. So we always have 1 or 2 posters up on our page. So that is something that you could do. This is a picture of Cape Breton. They have a little video that they have on YouTube and they posted here on their website. So, you know, this is an in-person, but you see the smile and somebody's getting an award. And it talks about helping improve communication and leadership skills in Cape Breton for 46 years. So, you know, you never know who could be seeing that, right? And that could be helping them. And see, also his says here, proudly helping Cape Bretoners build confidence, communication, and leadership skills since 1974. And that guests are welcome. Come check out what we have to offer. So that's, you know, something there. This is another club. We just have our smiley faces. This is Spotlight. We say we're an advanced club. We meet once a month. But we have our meeting, because we only meet once a month, we have our meeting dates and theme on the calendar on part of the website. I think on top of it, we have contact us, but this is just part of it. This is another club that they're doing hybrid meetings. They're doing in-person and virtual. So they have a picture showing that they are doing virtual meetings so that you can see actually the virtual part of it and how they're making it work. And they have the location for in-person and they have some information, right? So that's an option as well. Here is one of my clubs. This was the word of the day a while ago. We put that up there. This is something fun. And there's also a picture of recognition. So we have a couple of more to add. So we'll see if we can add them later this evening. But some recognition here for somebody who has completed a level. And I'll show you the websites, but there's 2 clubs that I know have websites that they're not using FreeToast Host or EasySpeak. They're using their own. I think they're using Wix. So this is a picture of the main thing, their front page, the top of their page that they're using. So they have a lot more information because they are not using FreeToast Host or EasySpeak. This is Kennebec Valley. They as well are using a different website, but you can see what theirs looks like, that there's some things that you could add on. And here they have, this is how they do their member news. So they have a series of posters congratulating people on their accomplishments. But then they also put in the members' anniversary. So they have a poster that they do up congratulating people on how many years they've been in Toastmasters. And they do themes and pictures for club area, division, and district news. So they're talking about meeting themes, and they post pictures as well. So those are some options. We'll just click on those sites as well. See, those, they use Wix, a Wix site. Oh, never mind, because it wants to open it. Just 1 second. It wants to open it in something else. Just give me 1 second. My website is cantankerous this evening. Does anybody have any questions, or how have you been finding making updates to your website, your club's website? Anybody regularly updating their website? Jennifer, you have your hand up? Sorry.
Yes, and I just recently updated my home club's website, and we use Free Toast House. And I'm not super technically inclined, so it took some time to sort of play around with it and that sort of thing. But once I got the hang of it, I figured out how to link YouTube videos on there and all kinds of fun stuff. And once you kind of look around, it's not that hard. So I actually enjoyed updating it.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. It is, like you said, it's not necessarily user friendly if you're not familiar with it. But for some reason, it will not let me open any of the websites in any of my browsers, even though I had them open earlier. I'll just put them in the chat if anybody wants to have a look at them, just to give you some ideas. Yes, Kathy?
We update ours every week or every meeting, our
that's good.
website, and we have no problems with it at all. It is a difficult thing to learn, but like Jennifer says, once you've figured it out, it's a breeze. And then when there's something new to do that we haven't done before, like when we have events, we want to put a program booklet for the people who register on Eventbrite to access before the event. So we figured out how to do that, but it's just a trial and error when you're starting something new.
Yep. No, that's great. Thank you. Anyone else been updating their website recently? Oh, Jennifer, thanks for posting your website. Here, I'll share it on the screen. This one was able to open. Somewhat. So yeah, see, you have your meeting information, you have your next hybrid meeting and your info, and you've got some pictures. Oh, that's great. You added some pictures. That's a good crew. Oh, and you've even put in some of the information from our website in the conference. That's great. Lots of information. Thanks, Jennifer. So this is the Charlottetown Toastmasters Breakfast Club, one of the clubs that I belong to, and this is our website. I'm not the one who updates it. Somebody else does update it, but I thought I'd use that one to show you how to get into it, because I'm not, there's a couple things that need to be added, and I'm not so worried about messing that one up. So how you log in is you would log in on the admin side. Now, not everybody should have access to this. In our club, a few of the club officers have access to it, and we have access to the password. It's probably a good idea to change the password on a regular basis, maybe perhaps every year, so that people who had access to it before don't, but they no longer require it because they're not on the executive, don't start making changes that nobody else knows that they are making changes. But I do encourage you to make sure that more than one person has admin rights. Should something happen to that one person, or they suddenly leave, then you no longer have access to that website or to the password, and then it's very difficult to be able to change or to make any updates or to get access to it. So make sure that 2, 3, 4 people have access to the admin site. So we log in with our club number, and then I have a password. So we'll log in. And then you go into launch the admin console. And there's a lot of information here, and most of it you don't have to change, or you put it in there once, you don't necessarily have to change it. So it comes first, and there's all these settings here that you can have access to in here. So your email and contact forms, you can create custom web pages, and then your file manager. I won't get into those this evening. I'll just stick to the website settings. But you have your basic settings. So it starts with your club name, and then you can have a description, include the description of it. You can add some keywords. And then make sure you have your correct time zone in there and how you want your dates to appear. Then your appearance, most of the time you're not once it's set, you're not going to change it much, because pardon me, you want to stick to the branding of Toastmasters International, the brand colors and the fonts as much as possible. So some of these colors will change once you have them set up. But you can see it in the background. There is a background here. So our admin added a role player's backdrop. We had done an incentive where each member had an opportunity to take on a meeting role, and the first 2 people who completed that challenge won a prize. So it was around that time that he added that in the background. So there's different things. That's the thing, is you have to kind of play around with it. I'm just going to skip the home page for a minute because we'll go to that after. But meeting info, yes.
I have a question if
go for
I
it.
can interrupt, please.
Go for it.
How can you find members' anniversaries for like when they join? Someone's asking.
Oh, good question. I'm trying to remember if it has it in the private member directory, or to me, it's always a good idea to try to get that information, that the club officers could have that information. But Crystal, that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure, because people could put it in their bio, but unless you look at the Toastmasters International website in your club central, you may be able to actually find it there, if I'm not mistaken.
In the club roster.
Yeah, in the club, that's right, in the club roster. That's right. Because I'm a district officer, I have access to a list, and I've seen anniversary, so I had me questioning for a minute because I couldn't remember where it was. So that was a good question. So under meeting information and direction, we used to have that we met in person. So we've updated it to now say that we meet virtually, and to send us an information, to contact us so that we can send you the link. We've added, we only have Facebook. We do not have any other social media sites. So we have our Facebook page linked as well so that people can go check us out here. You can put a floater message if you want. And that's just when somebody logs in, there's a little message that floats up. This is access settings. So this is who has access to certain things on your website. Some of them are predetermined, but you can modify them as you need to. The administrative info, we have our president listed. And you could set it up so that you can see some stats. But for the most part, this is where I wanted to focus on, was the home page. So this is the main heading that we have. And you can see it's there. Welcome to the Charlottetown Toastmasters Breakfast Club. And then this is the part that Jennifer was talking about that may take a little bit more time. For me, in a way, it looks a little bit like Word and PowerPoint. You've got all those little buttons that you can click. So you can have different things up here. We've got different information, and then this is where you put some of your pictures. This is a video that's just linking here, and then there's more videos here, and these are some of the pictures. So here, up here, when you look at your buttons, you've got, this is your text on how you can add some text. You can bold it and italicize and underline. Here you would add an image. You could add a table. You can add some lines and some emojis and some symbols. Here you would add YouTube page. You can add a YouTube video and some other media. And then there's some different, you can do your margins, you could do some bullet points. So your font and size and different information. So here's like one of the pictures that was up there. I want to go, actually, I'll go click on there. I'm going to go upload a picture. So you go on to upload, choose a file. I had it up here. So I have a member that has completed a level 1 in leadership development. So I'm going to send it to the server. And then it says success. The image is in the server. So then I can click on the info tab. And then I guess browse server. So these are some of the images that we have used in the past. If I scroll down, you will see the pictures here. So I'll change my size, make it a little bit smaller. Click OK. And you'll see now Simon's picture is there. I'm actually going to add, for something, I'm going to add another one because I have another picture to upload. Sue completed her level 5 in engaging humor. So we'll click success. Oops, I forgot to go click, find my image, click on the server, click on Sue's picture. Oops, I didn't I didn't resize them before I added them on the web, added them here or saved them. Uh-oh, did I do something? Oh, there it is. So I'm just gonna go and save it and see. Then it says success information is updated. give it a minute to update. And then you can see those two pictures are there now. I'll go and fix it, maybe add a little space or something to it. But that is how you update some information. Oops, home page. I keep scrolling this side, and then, but when I really should be scrolling here, I keep doing that. But then you can add some text boxes, and you can add some images, and I find it's always fun to keep updating it and doing something different, right? And so to add a video, Toastmasters International, you can upload some videos that are up there. There are some things that are, we have some videos, but they're longer videos on our District 45 website, you know, so there's always some things that you could link to. But if you record portions of your meeting or somebody doing a speech, that's something as well that could be posted on your website if interested and if you have permission to do so. So anyways, that is just a little bit about the website. Does anybody have any questions?
So Anne, we did check on the club roster on TI.
Oh,
There is not, it doesn't state
oh,
when they joined. So I think you'd have to reach out to a district officer and ask for your club's list, and that does tell their member join date.
yeah. Thanks, Crystal. I appreciate it. One of the other things that you can do is make sure that your club calendar is up to date. And if you have some special events or have some speech contests or area contests, you could add those on your club website as well. And you can color code them so that you have an idea of what events mean. Jennifer, you have your hand raised?
Yes, and the calendar. So I went and updated my club's calendar the other day. Is there an easier way to input the D45 calendar events straight to my agenda club calendar?
I'm only aware of you adding them individually, or I don't think there's a way that they're connected because it's not connected. It's not FreeToast host. The only other thing is maybe you can add like some text under here and say, see the District 45 web link for calendar for other events. But otherwise, I think the only way is for you to add them individually.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I did because I couldn't seem to figure anything else out. I just thought it would be nice and easy to be able to just input that in, almost to sync the two calendars up. Just to make the club calendar look nice and full and active. Yeah, thanks.
No, I know. That's a good idea because I meant to actually put I'm just going to do this. Oopsies. See, and that's the other thing is you can't like put dates. So I can't, for the district conference, I can't go May 12th to May 15th. I'd have to do it every day. I can't type. And then I'd have to do it. I should have copied and pasted. and then add it. I'll have to add the other 2 dates as well. But I'll modify it and put the time on there if I can, just so that people know the timings of them, especially because they're different times. So I'll modify that after. But that is, that is something that you can do so that your club members know what else is going on, right? So that is an option. Even the public downloads, you could modify what you have available. So we don't have much on here, but we have something that's under our file management. So that is something that you could change in your admin console, as well as the meet your members. Encourage your members in the private directory under the members only. This is where you can add your picture and your bio, but encourage your members to check a little box, and I'll go show you after. But if you check that box, then it'll make it available on the public side. That's available to your guests only, but that they'll be able to actually put a few faces to some of the members and hear a little bit of their story, because you never know who they may resonate with, right? So if I go to edit my profile right here, it's checked to be included in the public feature section, right? So if you check that off, then you will show up here. Because if I wasn't logged in under this main menu, we have it set up. This is the information that all of our guests are able to access. So
Where is the box again, Anne?
if you go under Iva, if you go under edit your profile and under your basic information, the second checkbox here, it says check to be included in the public meet your members page. And you can update this information at any time. It's your own personal info. You can update your bio and your photo. And then people will be able to find out a little bit about you, right? You can see Crystal has some information there. I have my information there. So just gives a place, or gives your guests a sense of who's in the club. And like I said, somebody may be able to resonate with a story. So if I just go back to the admin console, if I go under the file manager, that's not where I wanted. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. Under the email and contact form, this is where you can make sure how you want people to be able to find you and make sure that that information is up to date. So so when we have a contact us, if somebody reaches out to the club, the president, the vice president education, and vice president membership will have access to, will receive that club, that contact us form. And for us, it is our VP membership that answers them. But should our VP membership not be available, or we don't know if they've answered, the president can check in. And vice president education, that is myself, I just check in when neither one of the president or VP membership are around, or if I don't know if anybody has replied. So you can have that there. And you can manage the membership as well on there. I was looking for, and I lost it. I can't remember where it is. The public documentation site on how to update that info. I don't remember where it is. I was in it earlier, I thought. Does anybody remember where it is? Because I thought it was under file manager. Oh, actually, I think it is here. The way it's, that's right. It's the way it's set up. This is under file manager. If I went in through the section that is public, see, I'm in alphabetical order. No, it's not there.
How did you get to file manager?
If I was in the admin console
Yes.
and then go up here in the
Oh,
select
it's
module,
okay. It's
and the
under
file.
basic. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, you can go into your custom web page, and this is where you can change some of the information as to what you want it to look like. So our main page, we have it set up so that the public can see the main page. So there's a lot of information in the admin console. You just have to go in and check it out and play around with it, right? And take some time. Take some time to have a look at it. So this is where the meeting information is. This is where we just have that we're meeting virtually and to contact us. And our homepage, we do, like I said, for our club, we try to update it on a regular basis. You know, you don't have to update it every week, every day, but it's a good practice to try to stay current, because you never know who is watching, who is looking for some information, what video or picture or recognition is going, or what message is going to reach out to somebody and have them want to come check you out, right? You never know who's going to be there. But whatever information that you put on the website, you can also share it on your social media site as well. You don't need to reinvent and try to figure out other information. You can share that as well. For the most part, like those recognitions, I try to share it with the club via email. We post it on our website, but then we also share it on social media as well. So multiple people see it, but it's a way that, you know, we show our recognition, right? And I know some of the other clubs do the same. They share it multiple different places, multiple different ways, just to share how proud we are of our club and how we enjoy and how much we learn from it. So. Anybody want to share how they what else they have been posting, or share some of their webpage? Yes, Crystal.
I'm not sure if everyone knows about the Moonlight Project,
Right.
but a lot of public relation club officers do, because I know Anne talks about it at her VP PR calls. But the Moonlight Project, they have great tips, tricks, and information share. Anne, are you grabbing the website
Yep,
now?
I am.
Okay. I haven't used it too much, but I know that some have, and maybe Anne has more to say about it, but it's the Moonlit Project.
I just posted it in the chat. I forgot about, I haven't looked at it recently, but it is available for us. It's from Toastmasters Europe, and they have it shared on their website, and they've shared it with many other districts as well. So here it is. There's some marketing tools. There's some other tools for excellence. There is some talks here about your marketing plan. And it has some Canva posters that you could use to post on social media. So these are already things that are prepared and that they have given us. They've given people access to use it. So you could take those and then use those to help with your promotion.
And each
And-
file has a little blurb with it, so you don't even really, if you didn't want to create your own message, then you could copy what each one has.
Yeah, see, looking for a unique place where to gather and share your wisdom. Don't miss Toastmasters meeting. And then it's got some hashtags as well.
So I usually use that, but then I put my own flair to it so that it sounds more like me when I
Yes.
actually post it.
Yeah. And there's things about Instagram. And there is also some recordings, some webinars and some slide presentations and the SWOT analysis and different things if you really want to get into in the details and figure out how to best market your club. So please have a look at those. It is a wonderful resource that can help your club. Thanks, Crystal. I forgot to mention it earlier. But yes, this is a wonderful tool that can help your club. But that is essentially my presentation. It is short and sweet. I hope it was somewhat helpful to you to be able to start exploring if you haven't already done so, or have a few more ideas as to what you can put. Tina, I see your hand is up. You have a question or a comment? Or was that a clap? Sometimes it's hard to tell whether it's a clap or a hand up.
Did you say Tina?
Yes. Her
Oh.
hand's down
Oh,
now.
she doesn't have her video
Oh.
on. That's why I couldn't see her.
Yeah. Oh, she said she was clapping. Thank
Okay.
you, Tina. But yes, if there are no other questions, I will then return the floor back, the virtual lectern back to our program quality director, Crystal Cobb, and I thank you all so much for being with us this evening.
Great. Thank you so much, Anne. Navigating FreeToast Hosts and or Easy Speak can be a little intimidating when you're not sure where to go or what to do. But as always, everything takes practice and you have to push buttons and see what happens to learn. I think you had a great overview for us that are beginning or exploring that. And I wanted to point out that if you are doing regular updates, whether it's social media that your club has, your club website, etc., you can use that as a project in Pathways. You know, there's all kinds of different opportunities. There's different communication plans, ones where you have to create communication plans. It could be an HPL project if you're doing it for, you know, the whole year or a certain amount of time. Just really start looking at some projects and look at the purpose of the project and see if you can make this updating of your website, social media into or fit into the project, and make sure you have someone evaluate you. So with that, this is our April webinar. We do not have one in May. We have a lot going on with the conference, but we will be having an end of year District 45 social, and that will be on June 26th. So please watch our website, social media, etc., for more details about what the social will be. But again, it's on June 26th, which is the last Sunday of the month, and it will start at 7 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Atlantic. So we do hope to see you there. Thanks so much, and I am going to stop the recording now.